Hello everybody, it is me, Dr. Man, and today is finally Thursday. That's what happens is I get 3 random books, I tell you a little bit about them, I'll read a chapter or 2, and that's about it. I'll give you a review of them. So, the first book we have is The Summons by Josh Grisham. I've not read about him before, but we'll also read the summary here. This sorry, reading. I haven't read from him before, but we'll see what the summary says. Once Judge Atlee was a powerful figure in Clinton, Mississippi, a pillar of the community who towered over local law and politics for 40 years. Now the judge was a shadow of his former self. A sick, lonely old man was withdrawn to his sprawling ancestral home. Knowing the end is near, Judge Atlee has issued a summons for his 2 sons to return to Clinton to discuss his estate. Ray Atlee is the eldest, a Virginia law professor, newly single, and still enduring the aftershocks of a surprise divorce. Forrest is Ray's younger brother, who defines the notion of a family's black sheep. The summons is typed by the judge himself on his handsome old stationery, and gives the date and time for Ray and Forrest to be in his study. Ray reluctantly heads south to his hometown, to the place where he grew up, and now prefers to avoid. But the family meeting does not take place. The judge dies too soon, and in doing so, leaves behind a shocking secret, known only to Ray, and perhaps someone else. It doesn't sound the most exciting book. The ending of the summary does make me think some action will go on, but let's read to chapter 2, shall we? Chapter 1. You can't buy mail, regular postage, the old-fashioned way, since the judge was almost 80, and distrusted modern devices. Forget emails and even faxes. He didn't use an answering machine and had never been fond of cell phone. He picked out his letters with both index fingers, one feeble key at a time, hunched over his old Underwood manual on an old-top desk, under the portrait of Nathan Bedford Forrest. The judge's grandfather had fought Forrest at Shiloh and throughout the deep South, and to him, no figure in history was more revered. For 30 years, the judge had quietly refused to hold court on July 13th, Forrest's birthday. It came from Nowhere, a magazine, and 2 invoices, and was truly placed in a law school box of Professor Ray Atlee. He recognized it immediately, since such envelopes had been part of his life, as long as he could remember. It isn't that long. We'll read chapter 1. It was from my father. I mean, he too called the judge. Professor Atlee studied the envelope, uncertain whether he should open it right away, or wait a moment. Good news or bad news, he never knew with the judge, though the old man was dying, and good news had been rare. It was thin, and appeared to contain only 1 sheet of paper. Nothing unusual about that. The judge was frugal with the written word, though he'd once been known for his widely lectures from the bench. Windy lectures. It was a business letter, that much was certain. The judge did not want small talk. He hated gossip and idle chit-chat, whether written or spoken. I can't speak today. Iced tea with him on the porch would be a refighting of the Civil War, probably at Shiloh, where he would once again lay all blame for the Confederate defeat at the shiny, untouched boots and General Pierre G.T. Beauregard, a man he would hate even in heaven, if by chance they met there. He'd be dead soon, 79 years old, with cancer in his stomach. He was overweight, a diabetic, a heavy pipe smoker, had a bad heart that survived the attacks, and a host of lesser ailments that tormented him for 20 years, and were now finally closing in for the kill. He went across it. During the last phone call 3 weeks earlier, the call initiated by Ray because the judge thought long distance was a rip-off. The old man sounded weak and strained. He had talked for less than 2 minutes. The return address was Golden Bros, Chancellor Reuben B. Atlee, 25th Chancey District, Fort County Courthouse, Clinton, Mississippi. Ray slipped the envelope in the magazine and began walking to Judge Atlee no longer held the office of Chancellor. Forrest had retired him 9 years earlier, a bad defeat which he would never recover. 32 years of diligent service to his people, and the tossed out in favor of a young man with radio and television ads. The judge had refused to campaign. He knew he had too much work to do, and more important, the people knew him well, and if they wanted to elect him, then they would do so. His strategy had seemed arrogant to many. He carried Ford County like a shellacked in the other 5. It took 3 years to get him out of the courthouse. His office on the second floor had started fire and had missed 2 renovations. The judge had not allowed them to start it with paint or hammer. Unlike the county supervisors felt like it was they had to leave or be evicted, he boxed up 3 decades worth of useless files and notes and dusty old books and took them home and set them in his study. When the study was full, he lined them down the hallway, leaving the foyer. Ray nodded to a student who was seated in the hall. Outside his office, he spoke to a colleague. Inside, he locked the door behind him and placed the mail in the center of the desk. He took off his jacket, hung it on the back of the door, stepped over a stack of thick law books he'd been stepping over for half a year, and then to himself his daily vow to organize the place. The chapters aren't that long. I have about, let's see, it's about 4 there. So, about 8 more pages. But that's all I'm going to read, because I have to go on to the next book. The next book we have here is another one by John Grisham. You're Going Away, Jury. Summary here, I'll be reading to about page 4, except for this one. It's a bit shorter.
Them big old thick books in there, are they, is them, what you call it, books?
I can have these.
Well, put them over in your hutch.
I will.
Them big books in there, is them, library books? Thick books?
Those big books? No.
They're library books?
No, yeah, the library books.
You got 100 Wonders?
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. Oh, we also got 2 others. 2 extra. Anyway, they're at the center of a multi-million-dollar legal hurricane. 12 men and women who have been investigated, watched, manipulated, and harassed by high-priced lawyers and consultants will stop at nothing to secure a verdict. Now the jury must make a decision in the most explosive civil trial of the century. Rashid sitting lawsuit against a giant tobacco company. But only a handful of people know the truth, that this jury has a leader, and the verdict belongs to him. He's known only as juror number 2, but he has a name, a past, and he has planned in his every move with the help of a beautiful woman on the outside. Now, while a corporate empire hangs in the balance, while a grieving family waits, and while lawyers are plunged into a battle for their careers, the truth about juror number 2 is about exploding in the crossfire of greed and corruption, with justice fighting for its side. The face of Nicholas Easter was slightly hidden by a display rack full of slim cordless phones. He was looking not directly at a hanging camera, but somewhere off to the left. Outside a customer, or perhaps at a counter where a group of kids hovered over laser-targeted games from Asia. They were taken from a distance of 4 yards by a man dodging rather heavy mall-foot traffic. The photo was clear and real a nice face, clean-shaven with strong features and boyish good looks. Easter was 27, they knew that for a fact. No eyeglasses, no nose ring or weird haircut. Nothing indicated he was one of the usual premier nerds who worked on the start for like an hour. To his near said that he'd been there for 4 months, and said also that he had a part-time student, though no record of enrollment had been found at any college within 300 miles. He was lying, but this they were very certain. He had to be lying. Their intelligence was too good. If the kid was a student, they'd know where, for how long, what field of study, how good the grades were, or how bad. They'd know. He was a clerk at the computer hut in the mall, nothing more or less. Maybe he planned to enroll somewhere. Maybe he dropped out, but still had the notion of referring to himself as a part-time student. Maybe it made him feel better, gave him sole purpose, sounded good. But he was not, at this moment, nor at any time in the recent past, a student of any sort. So could he be trusted? The man thrashed about the room cross-legged. Each time it came to Easter's name on the master list. His face hit the screen. It was a harmless lie, they'd all started. He didn't smoke. Story is straight, not so real. If he hadn't seen, not photographed, eating a taco on a food garden for offer. He smoked 2 cigarettes for lemonade. Easter didn't seem to mind smoke. At least he wasn't a smoking zealot. The face in the photo was lean and tan, and smiling slightly with loose clothes. The white shirt under the red store jacket had a buttonless collar and tasteful striped ties. He appeared neat in shape. The man who took the photo actually spoke with Nicholas as he pretended to shop for an obsolete gadget. To said he was articulate, helpful, audible, a nice young man. His name badge labeled Easter as a co-major, but two others with the same title were spotted in the store at the same time. The day after the photo was taken, an attractive young female in jeans in her store. Not surprisingly, a sufferer actually lit up a cigarette. Thinks Easter just happened to be his clerk, or co-major, or whatever it was, and he politely approached the woman and asked her to stop smoking. She intended to be frustrated with this, even insulted, and tried to provoke him. He maintained his tactful manner, explaining to her that the store had a strict no-smoking policy. She was welcome to smoke elsewhere. Does smoking bother you? She had taking a puff. Not really, he had answered, but part of the man who owns the shop. He then asked her once again to stop. She really wanted to purchase a new digital radio, she explained, so it would be possible for him to fetch an ashtray. Nicholas pulled an empty soft drink can from under the counter, and actually took a cigarette from her and extinguished it. They talked about radios for 20 minutes as she struggled with the selection. She flourished shamelessly, and he warmed to the occasion. After paying for the radio, she left him her phone number. He promised to call. The episode lasted 24 minutes, and was kept by a small quarter hidden in her purse. The tape had been played both times while the piece had been projected on the wall inside by lawyers and the experts. Her report of the incident was in the file. 6 typed pages of registrations and everything from his shoes, old donkeys, to his breath, some gum, to the vocabulary, college level, the way he held the secret, in her opinion, she had a cringe experience, never smoked. They listened to his pleasant tone, and professional sales pitch, and his charming character. And they liked him. He was quiet and didn't hate tobacco. He didn't fit as well, true, but he was from watch. And that was the Early Judge. I'll someday be reading these fully to you. It'll take about an hour, but not now. The next book we have here is Will Hobbs' Maze. You know, made some books I've never read. I don't know lots of book writers. I do read, but this stuff. Just 14, Rick Walker is alone, on the road, desperate. Strung away in the back of a truck, he suddenly finds himself at a dead end, out in the middle of nowhere. The Maze. Lesser landscape of stark red rock spires and deep sandstone canyons. Rick stumbles into a remote camp of Lon Peregrino, a bird biologist who is releasing fledgling California condors back in the wild. Intrigued by the endangered condors and the strange bearded man dedicated to saving them, Rick decides to stay on. When two men with a vicious dog drive up in a battered old Humvee, Rick discovers that Lon and his birds are in grave danger. Will he be able to save them? A heart-stopping adventure infused with the spirit of the Icarus myth, the boy's dream of flight. Will Hobbs brings readers a unique tale of identity, personal growth, and friendship. Woohoo! Oh, look at this map of Utah. No, Canyon Lands National Park, Utah. Let's talk about everything in there. See how long is, my god, 8 pages. My god, I'm just reading. 4. Rick Walker tries to swallow, but his mouth is too dry. The Sierra Nevada has a problem with you again. The pause declared him over the reading glasses. Rick Walker glances at his social worker, seated beside him on his right. He wondered if the pause meant he was supposed to answer. He wasn't sure what to make of this bald and bony-headed old man who was the judge. The sign on the door of his courtroom said he was the Honorable Samuel L. Bendix. At the moment, he seemed more hostile than honorable. Why? Judge demanded. Very confused. Why what? What was just... Again, his eyes been social worker. Denise Baker seemed confused too. Rick looked back in the black robe. He felt his squib liver. In an instant, he forgot that social worker and warned him about the judge's enormous discretionary power. He reverted to his instinct for dealing with powerful adversaries. Don't show fear or you'll be eaten alive. Thus, let Shrug, he asked, why what? He saw the judge's skin flush right up and over his skull. Why are you throwing the stone repeatedly at the stop sign? Why did anyone throw more than 30 rocks at a stop sign? Rick knew he couldn't afford to say anything further. He had taken the wrong way. He hesitated, bugging deep inside for the real answer. That's why the judge wanted the real answer. His hesitation lightened. Rick didn't know the answer. The only thing he could think of was his grandmother dying. Everything that went wrong because of that. Happened because of that. The judge wasn't going to accept excuses, especially something that happened 4 years ago. Why was he throwing those rocks? He didn't know the answer himself. It was all too confusing. All he remembered was being a sort of trance. He had only a few blocks from the group home. Besides getting comfortable on his way from school. He didn't know he had thrown so many rocks. He didn't remember what he'd been thinking about. I don't know, he said at last. You don't know. the judge repeated incredulously. Rick tries best. It wasn't for any specific reason. Not for any reason. The rising came, the judge's voice felt ominous. Rick unfolded his arms and pulled them down by his side. General frustration, I guess. There's look aside, let's fist to your chin and look back to Roost. General frustration is what I'm feeling right now myself. Just this morning, over coffee, I read about two juveniles, Nolan and you, bludgeoning a 9-year-old to death with a baseball bat. So, Rick thought, what does that have to do with me? The judge paused, his eyes had drifted, and focusing on the floor. So many with no conscience. I don't know. I don't pronounce things. He said it as if to himself. A petty offender one day becomes the murderer the next. It didn't need to be like this. The judge's eyes were suddenly back in the focus and looked at Rick. Didn't I tell you just 6 weeks ago that I didn't want to see you in my courtroom ever again? Yes, Rick agreed. Yes, Your Honor. Your social worker said under breath. Yes, Your Honor. And that was Will Hobbs' Maze. The next book we have is one I have read myself. This is Chris Whitting's Silver. A little clean like horror movie. The final exam is survival. Paul is the new kid at Morton Academy, and he has a dark secret. Caitlin admires Paul from afar, and resents that he only has eyes for Erica. Erica thinks that she and Caitlin are best friends, but she's wrong. Adam is a bully with a major chip on his shoulder. Mark is outgrowing his old friends, but doesn't know how to make new ones. In a few short hours, none of this will matter. Without warning, a horrifying infection will spread across the school grounds. A group of students with little in common finds from a barricaded classroom, fighting for their lives. Some will live, some will die, and they will get even worse. It's a good book, I have to say it. Especially like the zombie apocalypse, but this silver bug. And it takes over your body and makes you fight other people, turning them into bugs. So the first 4 pages, the first 4 chapters. So, no, actually it's the first 3 pages. I don't need the 4th page. I'll give you guys some insight to where it could be. I don't know why. I just. Sorry, brother. The darkness. Christian paper. Yeah. Just read the book. And for the next one, the all-known War of the Worlds. The movie, scary movie made it. The original book is great. The creepy thing before Scott Card reading it. It's just great. I've got to stop now. It's about 18 minutes in. So, until next time, my horror movie watchers. Au revoir.